ฮัลโหลฮัลโหลเทสไมค์1 2 3 4สวัสดีค่ะแป๊บหนึ่งนะใช้แป๊บหนึ่งนะจ๊ะที่รักใช้แป๊บหนึ่งนะจ๊ะ
To survive hardship, you must prepare for hardship.
โอเคเรียบร้อยโอเครอโนตีเด้งก่อนเดี๋ยวมากันเป็นแก๊งแน่นอนเอาล่ะทำไมเกนชินฉันไม่มีเสียงล่ะสวัสดีครับสวัสดีลูกจ้าสวัสดีคนสบายใจค่ะขอปรับโมเดลแป๊บโอเคสวัสดีครับที่รักสวัสดีจ้าจะบอกว่าก็ไม่ได้สบายดีหรอกแต่รู้สึกเขารู้สึกไม่ดีไม่ได้สตรีมหลายวันถ้าสตรีมเถอะทำไมเกนชินมันไม่มีเสียงอ่ะสวัสดีครับก็เล่นชิวๆไง Theater Mechanic ไงชิวไหม Theater Mechanic ชิวไหมไม่ได้เห็นหน้าตั้งหลายวันคิดถึงเปล่าดังเน่วันดีจะลุกไม่ได้เห็นหน้ากันหลายวันคิดถึงเปล่าทำไมมันเหมือนไม่มีเสียงเลยอ่ะอ๋อเดี๋ยวตอบคำถามมันเดทก่อนเดี๋ยวนะ คำถามมันเดทคืออะไรวะเป็นไงบ้างทำไมไม่เล่นเกนชินล่ะครับสตรีมไงล่ะครับจ้ะโอเคตอบคำถามเสร็จแล้วดูเบลอดูเบลอมากเบลอที่ไม่ใช่เบลอเอาดีลุกใส่อาร์ติแฟกต์มั่วๆไปลงดันไม่ยิ่งสภาพไม่ดีอยู่วันนี้อาจจะมาแค่แป๊บเดียวจริงๆอะแป๊บเดียวนี่คือชั่วโมงหนึ่งไหมเล่นเสร็จเล่นอีเวนต์เสร็จก็ไปละคนในที่บอกโยดีลุกซิสักก็ไปเกียนเขาทำไมล่ะได้ยินชัดเลยเสียงคีย์บอร์ดแน่นอนซิกเนเจอร์ช่องนี้อ้าวแล้วใครบอกให้หันไปตีฝั่งโน้นนะลูกเจ็บไหมลูกซิกเนเจอร์ช่องนี้มันต้องเสียงคีย์บอร์ดแต่เสียงคีย์บอร์ดในชีวิตจริงก็ดังนะ Hello Kevin คิดถึงมาก Yeah me too Hi Kevin good morning I miss you guys
Emerge right here. My will embodied.
My will and body ผมกำลังนั่งทำตีรี่เยอร์หลานอยู่เลยอยู่ไลฟ์ขึ้นเฉย I see ตีรี่ย่าหลานเหรอตีรี่อะไรอ่ะย่าหลานมีตีรี่ด้วยเหรอไหนแชร์สิ Give me your knowledge อันเด็ดแชร์ me your knowledge อ๋อทรมานเหลือเกิน What is thank you ต้องใช้สำหรับสีฟ้า What is เขาเรียกว่าอะไรวะเยื่อหลานตีรี่ Why อ่ะเยื่อหลาน Why เยื่อหลานมีตีรี่อ่ะ Beach อ้าวอะไรวะเมื่อกี้
Emerge.
โอ้ไม่ได้เข้าเกมโอ้เอ้า what bro จะบอกว่าไม่ได้เข้าเกมชินนานก็ไม่จริง
Right now.
เมื่อวานก็เข้าเกมชินอยู่แต่เล่นแป๊บเดียว เมื่อกี้มันแบบสะบัดหน้าจอแรงมึนเลย เดี๋ยวอ่านเว้นนะคำนวณดาเมจครับ เดี๋ยวทำเสร็จลงแชร์ในดิสไอซีโอเคถ้าใครงงว่าทำไมวันนี้แปลกๆยังป่วยอยู่นะ ฉันยังป่วยอยู่นะเธอ I am still sick but I am streaming cause I feel bad for not streaming for 2 days bruh I feel bad for not streaming for 2 days so that's why I'm streaming okay ดีไหมMasutake I never seen Masutake in real life how does Masutake in real life look Masutake ในชีวิตจริงหน้าตาเป็นไง sick hi coffee how's talking with Leo I am sick yes I am sick got a problem I am sick but I can do this ไปหาหมอมายังครับ ก็วันนี้เข้าโรงพยาบาลไปแล้วครับ
Have you ever seen such beauty?
ไปโรงพยาบาลมาเรียบร้อยแล้วครับไม่ต้องห่วงนะครับ
Let's move out.
มันสบายใจรู้เรื่องไหมเนี่ย น่าจะรู้แหละโพสต์ลงทวิตอยู่ You mean talking to Leo yeah I mean you talk Leo type I can give you food now bitch He doesn't talk he types Oh I'm so lazy to go and find it for you bro And you have there's some mechanics to do, man. Oh god. Genshin is not the right game to play when you're like having lightheaded. Genshin ไม่ใช่เกมที่คุณควรจะเล่นตอนคุณแบบหัวเบามัตสึทาเกะก็เหมือนเหตุปกตินะแหละครับเหรอบอกเข้าโรงพยาบาลยิงหน้าหัว ไม่มีอะไรก็เข้าโรงพยาบาลไปหาหมอนี่แหละไม่มีอะไรหรอกแค่มันตกใจว่ามันครั้งแรกเฉย
Gonna be epic.
then don't do overtime Bruh, I'm fine. I guess I'm fine. Maybe. Why is... Oh, bro, what was that? Oh, I finished my daily commissions. Pog. My head hurts. My head hurts, bruh. เจ็บหัวจังเลย ปีก่อนผมได้นอนโรงพยาบาลครั้งแรก3 วัน 2 คืน โชคดีที่ไม่ได้ติดI see เป็นยังไงบ้างคะประสบการณ์การนอนโรงพยาบาลครั้งแรก 2 วันที่แล้วบีเป็นลมครั้งแรกในชีวิต โคตรน่ากลัวเลย ใจหายเลย เข้าใจคำว่าใจหายในชีวิตแบบของจริงเป็นยังไงเลย น่ากลัวมาก แล้วตอนนี้ปวดหัวเฉยคืออะไรวะ Theater Mechanic สาธุขอให้แบบมันให้เข้า20 ตัวใช่ไหมถึงแน่นอนบอกเลยถึงแน่นอนปล่อยให้มันเข้าไป20 ตัวแน่นอนถึงแน่นอน20 ตัวไม่ต้องสืบโอเค Daily Genshin and chores How to play theater mechanic and lose I'll show you โอ้ปวดหัวจังเลยปวดหัวจังเลยครับแล้วเมื่อไหร่ฟังก์ชันนี้มันจะใช้ได้รอมาหลายวันแล้วrealm depot ปุ๊บพอมันใช้ได้ไหมเนี่ยเองใช้ไม่ได้แมนเรซินตีหมาแบบเป็นครั้งแรกที่กินข้าวไม่หมดเพราะต้องสวมที่ให้ออกซิเจนต่อเนื่องคือกินข้าวก็ยังเหนื่อยผมไอซีแต่ก็ดีแล้วล่ะที่หายเนาะไปไหนหมูอ้าวก็ดีแล้วล่ะที่หายเนาะวันนี้แบบถ้าพูดไม่เยอะขอโทษด้วยนะ If I don't speak a lot I'm sorry just a bit tired you know it's not every day is the best stream like not every single day needs to be the best stream today can be a chill talking stream showing a sick day at work I guess showing a sick day at work what should I bring oh my god my legs oh good eye sorry โอเคครับจะไม่พิมพ์ยาวๆ ขอโทษ it's fine let's talk equals better health I guess I don't know about that My throat doesn't hurt, so I don't. My throat doesn't hurt. It's just my head feels very light and my stomach hurts. It's typical, I guess. Why is my Xiangling cling on to her life, man?
Here, emerge. I'm always watching. Right now. Right here. Emerge. Now I'm really in a pickle.
I suck at dodging. What the hell? I do not have ping. Collect it. Oh, sheesh. That word is also HI third. What does HI third mean? ฝืนตัวเองเลยนะครับพักผ่อนเยอะๆด้วยนะครับโดนหมอด่าด้วยหมอบอกว่าที่เป็นน่าจะเพราะนอนน้อยนะครับหรือพักไม่พอนะครับอะไรของเขาก็ไม่รู้บิวบอกว่านอนพออยู่นะคะ quality sleep I guess how is oh I was like how's she wet Honkai Impact third oh I don't play Honkai so I don't know oh yeah I got roasted by my doctor today doctor was like you know he was like maybe you fainted because lack of rest and I was like bruh I sleep pretty early but I don't know maybe I am sleeping less got roasted by my doctor and then I got roasted by my mom next bruh I'm the next Onyx I got roasted twice how about I just choose a random team I just upgraded my child so I'm gonna see how well child does with a group of support I need a sub DPS to oh my god my throat hurts I guess I'll bring Raiden and Jean sleep early she's I don't know about that third well I guess oh I guess not that early what is Mr. Rose doing by the way I don't know ask him not me maybe he's still at work it could be possible he's at work bro my child is actually a child oh godมาครับคุณจิมมี่สวัสดีค่ะไม่ได้เจอกันนานคิดถึงหนูไหมจิมมี่เป็นยังไงบ้างครับมันควรถามคนอื่นเป็นยังไงบ้างตัวเองแบบจะไม่รอด Shine down. Hi, Leon. Are you still in Discord? Are you guys still in Discord? I'm not gonna join though. I'm just asking, by the way. Itchy.
Emerge. Right now. Emerge. There is no escape. A sight to behold. Right here. Right now. Right here.
Ah! Why can't I sprint? No, okay, cool. I just left. Oh, okay. Bro, my child Cree is 200 and something. Maybe it's because the Cree rate is so low.
Emerge. Right here. Right now. Inazuma shines eternal.
Did you see the art? Oh, I did, but I didn't comment anything because I was prepared to put up my stream.
Shine down.
Only coffee is in Discord? Wait, let me see. Oh yeah! Coffee is lonely, man. I saw the art. It looks like a daughter of me and Chow. It looks like if me and Chow has a daughter, she's gonna look like that. Looks like a daughter of me and Chow. My child is a child. Baby damage. Other people's child be doing like 200k. I'm doing 16k. Didn't I click on Yaya just now? Okay, whatever.
I'm always watching. Emerge. Right now.
You can run, but you can't hide.
His damage gotten a bit better, I guess. But his Q doesn't crit. Well, I have 29 crit damage. So what's so surprising about that? Why you don't use joystick? Because I play on a PC. Because I play on a PC and I'm used to keyboard and mouse now. I'm not used to joystick, let's be real. And also, I finished my Pokemon Shield and became champion. And, and defeated the game with only evolutions. Evolution. I don't like joystick. Okay, yep. Hog. Baby damage child.
Emerge. Right here. Now you shall perish.
Awesome Ruby, the Pokemon champion. Yeah. Evolution. Evolution. I'm still missing a couple though. I'm still missing Espeon, Glaceon. I'm working on both of them. I'm planning on just catching them in the wild, but then I was like, I want to see Eevee evolved. But Espeon is gonna be a pain to do because you gotta evolve it during the day. And when I play, it's normally nighttime. I'm just like, yeah. Espeon's gonna be pretty hard to do. It didn't crit again, child. Crit? Nope. Didn't crit. I like Embryon. I see. I think the one that I like the most, I like Sylveon. I like fairy types. And Jolteon? Vaporeon is also good. I like all of them. I'm a fan of evolution. Now then... Embryon is like pretty good. Alright. Defeat one boss. Great. Okay, I should be able to like reach the weekly limit. What was I gonna do? Oh, okay, God, I'm so blurred out. เบลอจัดลืมหมดทำอะไร Oh, I actually changed Eula's artifacts. Is there any good? Finally. Oh my god, my Ayatos has artifacts now. I think the art was bad. I think I just make new one with your face. Oh, up to you. You're the artist. You're the one who has to say you're the artist. The artist is not me. Ooh! Yeah. Please. Oh my god, it is so good! Yeah, it's missing some stuff. Need some samurai. Paimon's shop bargain. I think I bought everything from this shop, right? Yeah, I did buy everything. Sad. I just tried to make your character and Zhao combination, but that was bad. It looks like a daughter, me and Zhao. สวยใครสวยไรเดนเหรอ What is that artifact? Hello? 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 You calling my artifact? I still haven't finished this event. Okay. Still haven't finished this event. Gotta go do it. Gonna finish it today. Hello? Hello? Talk to Kaza. Where the hell is Kaza? Oh, bro. Oh, thanks.
Look, that figure on the wharf. It looks like Kazuha.
Yeah, I know, Paimon. Shut up. I fell into the water. นั่นคนดองอีเวนต์เอ้าขี้เกียจเล่นไม่ได้ดอง I'm going to play Genshin. Bye bye. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Greetings, traveler in Paimon. I heard there would be guides for the Iridori Festival, but I didn't expect it would be you two.
We didn't expect to see you either. Returning as a guest for the Iridori Festival, no doubt.
I was a little surprised myself when I received the invitation. But after wandering the outside world for so long, it's good to have an opportunity to return to my homeland and pay respects to my old friends.
Respects.
Kazuha, when we saw you in the distance just now, you seemed to be looking for something. What happened?
Ah, yes. You see, when I came off the boat with everyone just now, I suddenly heard light footsteps around me. I could tell they were not footsteps of a regular passenger. But by the time I turned around, the person had already disappeared. I only heard a splash come from below the pier. Even though I didn't manage to catch a glimpse of them, I found this strange piece of paper by my feet.
Oh, does the paper happen to have a poem written on it?
Huh. How did you know? Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Hard to believe such things could happen.
Kaza, can you show us that piece of paper?
Sure, here it is. Please, have a look.
I'm not gonna read it.
This time, Aoi no Okina's poem ended with a reference to Akihito. And sure enough, this is a story about him. The story this time basically says that Akihito got his name from his love of red seals. However, the shogun discovered that he had committed plagiarism, and he was thrown in exile. Well, if Paimon were to read today's story, it sounds pretty unfortunate.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this story. I too was once wanted as a criminal by the shogunate. So I'm not all that different from Akihito mentioned in this story.
But according to the story, Akihito was exiled by the shogun because of his wrongdoings. You did nothing wrong, Kazuha. Huh? Traveler, what are you thinking about?
Maybe Xingqiu can help.
By the way,
5 minutes
you
over.
mentioned that your friend has been struggling because he's unable to sign his name quickly, right? In Liyue and Inazuma, there is a saying, that which has been stamped has also been signed. Perhaps using a seal could be a feasible solution. While sailing at sea, I sometimes carve things to pass the time. If you wish to create a stamp for his seal, I might be able to help.
Oh.
That's an idea. Quick, let's go tell Albedo.
Bro, the reunion of 3 nations is so good. Yeah, why are you sorry, Coffee? Oh, there's this mosquitoes flying around my head. And it's annoying. and Shogun. Jumpy jump jump. Albedo. I mean to click on Albedo.
Albedo, we figured out a way to help Shincho.
Interesting. A story of the 5 Kasen appears again, and with a timely solution. A stamped seal, huh? Let me think. Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqiu won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore. However, since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem insincere if he only used the stamped seal for his new books. But I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course. Let's go to Ouya restaurant now to discuss my idea with everyone.
Albedo is such a smart kid. Why you don't? Coffee you don't.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Shut up, Raiden. I'm gonna move. Oh, sorry. Look for objectives in this area. Xingqiu is apparently an objective now.
Yes, that's it, Genyu. Your writing has greatly improved today, which means yesterday's intensive training was effective.
Lol.
Apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. Oh, I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy class.
You just had a 10-minute break. Come on, you can do this.
Let's not talk about getting over it. I couldn't even go past the first tree. Do you know the first tree when we like see it? I couldn't even go past the first tree. I will not ever beat getting over it. I tried playing it. I never passed the first tree.
When it comes to pushing a deadline, there's no one more brutal than Mr. Hirayama.
No wonder Lady Yai would always send the editorial director to handle troublesome authors.
Whoa, this is getting scary. It hasn't even been that long and Shincho's already zombified.
Mr. Hirayama, we found a solution that might just solve our dilemma. In both Liyue and Inazuma, seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, then we could make the signature process a lot easier. Of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each signature consists of 2 parts. First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern.
Congratulations.
Let me think. Alright, I think that would work. Not only does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but the result should be very beautiful as well.
So, what you mean to say is, I've been saved from this predicament?
Mr. Hirayama, it suddenly occurred to me that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book. But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough time to do signatures at the live event. And if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
Well, if you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design signatures for the other authors as well.
Oh.
Yes, and you may leave carving the stamps to me.
In In that case, I shall contact the other two authors participating in the new release event.
Aww.
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if we implement this new format, then it'll be a dream come true for me as well.
Great! Looks like everyone's on board with the idea.
I'm sorry to have kept you busy for so long, Genyu. Please, take the next few days to have a good rest. We'll handle everything from here. The books that Genyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the Eye Publishing House.
We did it. The event is saved.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera and I are finally free of that mess.
That's right! You're finally free, Xingqiu! Maybe you should step outside for some fresh air.
I like how this event just bring in like 3 different nations. Look what good. หน้าตาลุงแว่นใช่ไหม restaurant oh
We still have some time to burn. Where should we go next?
oh Venti.
Traveler, there you are.
What the hell? Why is Venti with Ayaka?
Oh, it's Ayaka! And Venti! That's an interesting combo.
I was just going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I found a strange piece of paper on a flower stand. This bard just happened to be close by at the time. He informed me that you've also found similar papers recently. As such, we came together to find you two.
But the paper she found isn't quite the same as the ones we found before.
Here's the paper. Please have a look.
Bruh, just this?
Huh. All the poems we found before were roughly the same length. But this one is only 2 lines.
And even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or centered on the page. The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this paper besides these 2 lines.
If we take the poem literally, it reads, "Dip this paper in water and see the truth naturally appear." Speaking of which, I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a special ink that will show itself when wet and disappear when it's dry.
So, shall we give it a whirl? It just so happens that there's a pond nearby.
Oh, summer Kurt, how much? You're asking me? Are you asking me, Coffee? If yes, how did you know?
Wow, look! It's really working! More words have appeared on the paper! Let Paimon see what it says.
Oh, not gonna read it.
Story says that after Sumizomi got the collection of poems from Akihito and put them into a stream of water, the plagiarized words in the poem became blurry. Huh? Why would that happen?
You see, Paimon, in the past, when printing was not yet well developed, handwritten text could easily become smudged in books when exposed to moisture. To ensure the text lasted longer, they'd either write using a special ink or coat the paper's surface with a waterproof coating once the writing was finished. Such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce, and the waterproof coating could also prove just as difficult. However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the shogun, surely one of those 2 methods was used to protect it. But as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
Which means Akihito didn't plagiarize his work. He was set up.
Yes, Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizome's story is trying to convey. Although the story is saddening, I've decided on the subjects to use for Akihito and Sumizome's portraits. Kazuha, Ayaka, would you be willing to be the models for my paintings?
I would be delighted.
Yes, as would I.
There you go. The next 2 portraits should be ready in no time.
Yes. And now that all 4 stories have all been collected, the story of the 5 Kasen is now fully completed.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akihito.
Akihito had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akihito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
Okay. Pog.
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of the 5 Kasen, there's still one thing Paimon hasn't been able to figure out. One of the 5 Kasen is called Kuranushi, right? It's just that, how could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
Oh! Have you really not noticed?
Huh? Not noticed what?
What he means is that the story of Kuronushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
The main animation is awesome. Yeah, it was.
Huh? Really?
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry collection. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akihito's poetry collection in a stream. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing and thinking about his old acquaintances. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akihito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the Shogun, then the Shogun could discover the truth behind the plagiarism incident. If that happened, then he'd be finished. So, in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Which means the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akihito. What? Kuranushi?
That's right. Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 Kasen. Since the shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, the only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Oh, okay. Paimon is finally starting to get it now.
However, this also brings something else to mind. The story of the 5 Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately. Which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world as well?
A Kuronushi? In our world?
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty quiet this whole time. Let's ask him! Line early to buy your special edition drinks! Hey, Kazuha! Are you okay? You've been standing in front of this blank canvas for a while, and you don't look so good.
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the 5 Kasen reminded you of anything?
Yes. A few things did come to mind, actually. However, they were nothing more than some past incidents regarding my family. I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Hey, we're all friends here, Kazuha. You can always tell us whatever's on your mind.
We're all friends here. Aww.
Kaidehara, please forgive my assumption, but perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
Bruh, Ayaka called Kaza by his surname. อายากะเรียกคาซาด้วยนามสกุล Such a Jap thing.
The Raiden Gokuden? What's that?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of the same thing. But it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper to speak of it here without the consent of Miss Kamisato.
It's fine. Those of us here are all trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it. However, this matter is somewhat complicated and may be difficult to explain. Let me start with the Raiden Gokuden. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission. Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Aminoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time. The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaidehara family.
Whoa! We knew Kazuha came from a noble family, but we had no idea about his connection to the Yashiro Commission and sword making.
Yes, but that's all part of the past now. The Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's generation. My grandfather was dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort. When he was young, my grandfather traveled all over Tevat to find a way to revive the family business. But it was to no avail. And in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
I heard my elder brother mention that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families suffered various misfortunes and disappeared completely. Later, there was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations, meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden. However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more than a conspiracy theory.
Indeed. I've also believed such ideas were just theories and rumors. However, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young. Not only did it affect the Kaedehara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in the Yashiro Commission as well. After reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel like it's pointing me toward the truth behind that incident.
What exactly happened to your great-grandfather, Kazuha?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the details. Let's meet here again at noon tomorrow. I will tell you everything I know then.
bruh. Wait until 12.ที่หมดดีลูก Following afternoon okay
Ah, you're here. It appears everyone has arrived. Last night, I visited a former servant who once worked for my family. I was able to learn the entirety of what happened all those years ago.
จะสวัสดีค่ะเป็นไงบ้างก็มีปวดหัวนิดหน่อยหัวเบาๆแต่ไม่เป็นไรมากแล้วค่ะ
In my great-grandfather's generation, the Ishin art was tasked with forging an important Goshinto according to an ancient forging diagram.
Okay
Though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced, the process was still unsuccessful. Every blade that was forged was defective. When the deadline came, the blade still wasn't finished, so the craftsmen all fled and hid for fear of punishment. The Kaidahara clan and Yashiro commission then conducted an investigation. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan eventually tracked down the craftsmen near the seaside. However, they met fierce resistance from the craftsmen, and in the end they were unable to prevent them from escaping by sea. The Kaidahara clan was severely punished for the swordsmiths that had escaped, and the family gradually fell into decline. Moreover, I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing swordsmiths, which combined with his advanced age caused him to pass away shortly thereafter.
Yes. The sudden passing of the family head left the Kamisato clan leaderless. Treacherous people took advantage of the situation and put the family's status in the Yashiro Commission at jeopardy. This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father, the Kamisato clan still wasn't able to regain its prior reputation. But, thanks to my brother, everything is getting better now.
The failure to forge the blade was ultimately attributed to a lack of required skill and finesse. The Kaidahara clan and the Yashiro Commission always believed that was the case. However, the story of the five Kasen seems to imply that the failure didn't stem from a lack of skill, but rather, the diagram had been tampered with by someone. Miss Kamisato, I heard yesterday that the Yashiro Commission has still kept the diagram ever since the failed forging all those years ago. Might I ask you to do me a favor?
Yes, I understand. I will go back and search for the diagram. Please come meet me at the Kamisato estate later.
ดูแลสุขภาพเยอะๆนะเราเป็นห่วงขอบคุณครับจะดูแลตัวเองนะครับคุณหมอเจ็ดเตือนรูจังโดนหมอจริงกับหมอปลอมเตือนทั้งคู่เลยก๊อปปี้เสียงไรเดน Raiden Shogun Do I get to see Ayato จะได้เจออายาโตะไหมอายากะอยู่ไหนวะ
Everyone, I've managed to find the old diagram.
Though the diagram is well preserved, you can still tell that it's seen at least 3 or 4 centuries of history.
Whoa, that's pretty old. Is it still possible to find any evidence of tampering?
At this point, we can only try our luck and see how we fare.
Bruh.
Although the effect is not too obvious, you can still see that some words have now started to smudge. Kazuha, this is clear evidence that this chart was indeed tampered with. Someone framed the Kaedehara clan all those years ago.
I see. But I fear that I've discovered this secret too late. When my grandfather was young, he proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. But my grandfather was only scolded for being too foolhardy. Yesterday, the former family servant said that my great-grandfather even went to the Yashiro Commission to request that diagram from the head of the Kamisato clan. He then showed that diagram to my grandfather and asked him and his subordinates to try to forge the sword. Sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told him, if you can't find the secret within, then the Ishin art deserves to fade from the world. My grandfather left Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words. He didn't ever see my great-grandfather again, even till the day of his passing. Looking back at it now, the argument between the two of them was simply meaningless.
Oh, Kazuha.
I heard that your great-grandfather was very industrious when he was young. But later in life, he no longer bothered with the forging arts. It appears that his failure took quite a toll on him.
Kazuha, did your great-grandfather really say, if you can't find the secret within? Did he use those exact words?
Yes. The servant said that he personally heard those words, and still remembers them very clearly. My grandfather was so angry at the time that he smashed my great-grandfather's cherished bonsai tree.
Yes, it appears that you understand my meaning. Kazuha, if your great-grandfather thought that the Ishin art lacked finesse, then after witnessing his son's failure, wouldn't he have said something more along the lines of, your skills aren't sufficient? But instead he said, if you can't find the secret within. Don't you find that a little strange?
Man, Albedo.
Huh? Oh, so you're saying my great-grandfather may have very well known that the failure was due to someone's tampering?
Yes. The current evidence suggests that is highly likely.
นั่นเดี๋ยวยินต้อนรับ
I
กลับครับ
apologize, but would you all please accompany me to the Tenryou Commission? After I became a wanted criminal, the Tenryou Commission seized my family's last remaining estate, which contained all of my family's old belongings. I want to inquire about the whereabouts of those belongings. If I can find them, we might be able to get some clues.
All right, let's get moving.
อ๋อ อันเดฟไปซื้ออะไรมา เธอไปซื้ออะไรมากินเหรอ Hello Sarah
What are you all doing here? Did something happen on Rito?
Kujo Sara. Perhaps you still remember me.
Yes, I do. You're Kaedehara Kazuha, a wanted criminal during the Vision Hunt decree. However, your arrest warrant has since been repealed.
Sarah, we'd like to ask about the Kaedehara clan's property that was seized by the Tenryou Commission. Do you know where all their belongings are now?
Yes, the items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the police station. Since Kaedehara has come back to Inazuma, those items should be returned to their rightful owner.
No, I'm afraid you misunderstand. I'm not here to reclaim those belongings. I just want to investigate them for a personal matter.
I see. All right, I'll inform the police station. They'll take you into the warehouse.
Thank you, Sarah!
Kaedehara, about the Vision Hunt decree.
That's all in the past now, Kujo-Sara. There's no need to mention it again. I know you've also had your own convictions and struggles. However, may I ask something of you?
Yes? What is it?
Currently, I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. As a result, those items from my family's estate are of no use to me. Madam Kujo, I believe you are a person of integrity. After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle those belongings for me. Please, sell them, and use the money to help the poor.
All right, I understand. I'll be sure to take care of it.
อ๋อ
I've already informed the police station. There'll be someone to take you into the warehouse. So you as for all the belongings left by the Kaedehara clan, I will deal with them promptly.
อ๋อ so nice ผัดไทยพิเศษ60 บาทครับ ไหนๆก็กินแค่มื้อเดียวแล้ว จ้ะบีว่าบีไลฟ์เสร็จบีอาบน้ำนอน อันเดียยังกินไม่เสร็จอะอ๋อขี้เกียจเล่นจังเลย นี่แหละนะ เพราะว่าดองเควสอะเนาะ
You must be here to investigate the Kaedehara clan's belongings. Well, Madame Kujo's already informed me of the situation. Please come this way. The Kaedehara clan's belongings are stored in this warehouse. Unfortunately, the items are scattered throughout in order to save space. My deepest apologies. However, I have clearly marked the corresponding items, so they shouldn't be too difficult to find. I'll be waiting for you at the door. Please, come see me if you require any assistance.
มีแค่ไอดีเดียวนะครับ
Since the items are scattered throughout
Ja.
the building, I propose we split up and look for clues.
Yes, sounds like a plan. Thanks for your help, everyone.
Everyone is so cute.
Sorry, many of the items were moved here recently, so things are still a bit unorganized. Although the previous warehouse was large, the locks were dated and something was nearly stolen. So Madame Kujo-Sara ordered the contents to be moved here.
บูลลี่เหรอ ทำไมอะ
I'll be checking around here. You and the others can start looking elsewhere.
ชอบผมของผมเกือบ10 ID ต้อง อ๋อ
Oh, it's you. I'm currently investigating the sword rack.
Oh, since the Kaedehara clan was a family of renowned swordsmiths, then this blade should be super valuable, right? Maybe it's a treasure of the Ishin art!
I'm afraid not. Although the sword rack is made of fine wood, the swords placed here appear to be quite ordinary. Due to the dire financial situation of the late Kaedehara clan, everything of value has probably been sold off already. The blade on the sword hasn't been sharpened, but there are many signs of use on the hilt. Perhaps Kaedehara used it for training as a child.
Let Paimon see! Oh, there seems to be a couple uneven characters etched into the scabbard. Kazuha. Wow, so it really was Kazuha's! Paimon can imagine what Kazuha was like as a kid.
I will continue investigating here and call you if I find anything interesting.
What did you find, Shincho?
I found quite the pile of old books. These books here are all related to smelting steel, and these are about the process of forging blades. This pile over here is all about plants and flowers.
The books about plants and flowers must have belonged to Kazuha's great-grandfather.
I skimmed through them just now, but I didn't find anything particularly worth noting. I shall take a closer look and let you know if I find anything.
รู้สึกล้าเลยไม่ได้อยากมีเยอะ อ๋อ
Oh, it's you. Unfortunately, I have yet to find anything of value here.
Whoa. This folding screen looks pretty old, though.
Yes, perhaps if it were better maintained, then it could fetch a decent price. However, I doubt it could be sold in its current condition.
I see.
I was taking a closer look just now and noticed a large piece of dirt caught in the fabric fibers on the back side. The soil is deeply embedded into the cloth. That means a great deal of force was used when the dirt was lodged into the cloth. It's likely that this patch of dirt is from the very flower pot thrown by Kazuha's grandfather.
Oh my god.
Because this is not what we're looking for now. Let me think. If I wanted to leave a message behind, I would probably choose to leave it on something a little more special.
Albedo seems to be thinking pretty hard.
People are all helping Kazuha. It's so good.
There must be some around here somewhere. Do you see all these pots here? Some of them are bound to have liquor inside, right?
Hey! Everyone else is trying hard to help, and you're over here looking for a drink!
I merely jest, of course. Come on, we're close to uncovering the truth now. Why do you look so worried?
Well, Paimon doesn't really get why Kazuha told Sarah to sell all these belongings. What if we don't end up finding anything today? Then wouldn't Kazuha lose the chance of finding out what really happened all those years ago?
I know you are worried about Kazuha, but if you ask me, he is stronger than you think.
Hearing Venti saying the name Kazuha is like, bruh.
Since Kazuha made such a request to Sarah, that indicates he's already made his choice. Whether we find out the truth or not today, or whatever it turns out to be, he's ready to accept it. No, not intuition. Rather, I've lived for a long time now, so you could say I have some experience in reading people. Leave the things here to me. You two can look around elsewhere.
Everyone, I've found something that you should all have a look at.
Oh, seems Kazuha discovered something. Let's go see what he's got.
A tree?
This flower pot was in my house for a long time. I heard that it was left behind by my great-grandfather.
Yeah, the plants seem to have been dead for a while now.
Well, after my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging arts, he picked up the hobby of keeping bonsai plants. Most of his prized plants were given to others once he became seriously ill. But he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time, and even instructed my grandfather not to throw it away in his will. My grandfather deeply regretted that he never managed to reconcile with my great-grandfather, so he left the plant exactly as it was. But now that I think about it, my great-grandfather could very well have left it behind for other reasons.
Now that you mention it, this flower pot is kinda suspicious.
Yes. Let's take a closer look, shall we?
We finally found something! It's only a bunch of blank paper. Do you think someone already discovered the compartment and swapped the contents?
No, I do not think that is the case here. See the paper? It's quite yellowed, which means it's very old.
You mean to say that these sheets have been written with special ink, like that which Miss Kamisato found before?
Yes, I agree with this hypothesis.
Okay, let's give it a dunk then.
There is a pond outside the police station. I'll use the water there.
Why did you need to use a pawn when you have a hydro user there? Burp.
Well, how did it go? Those weren't just plain old sheets of paper, were they?
Just as everyone guessed, after I sprinkled some water onto the paper, writing did indeed begin to appear on it. It is a letter, written by my great-grandfather.
Oh? What does the letter say?
It is. I'll tell you what my great-grandfather knew at the time, but before that, I wish to take you somewhere. Everyone, please follow me.
Oh, why does Genshin do this to me? Oh, sorry. ทำไมเกนชินต้องแบบซึ้งตลอดเวลา Why does Genshin has to be so emotional all the time?
There is no escape.
Why does Genshin have to be so emotional all the time, man?
Kaedehara, why did you lead us to this beach?
It is. In fact, my great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan tracked the fleeing swordsmiths to this very location. Our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind the defective blades. And it was right here where they encountered the culprit who framed the Kaedehara clan and the Raiden Gokaden. It reads, "To whoever reads this letter, I, Kaedehara Yoshinori, have been held to a certain secret throughout my entire life. I don't have much longer in this world, and after much consideration, I finally decided to disclose the matter. All those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission, I was not injured by one of the fleeing smiths. Rather,
it was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves. However, there were no swordsmiths in sight, only a single eccentric stranger. This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings, and said that he had been patiently waiting for us. He then threatened to destroy the Raiden Gokaden. That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated. Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself. My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks and sternly asked if I had any connection with the name Niwa. I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, I was adopted by the Kaedehara family. Upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kunikuzushi." He then turned and left.
Scaramouche? Scaramouche.
Wow. So that's what really happened.
เดี๋ยวนะ That was Scaramouche.
yes. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan escaped from death and learned that the forging diagram had been tampered with by Kunikuzushi. However, due to the encounter, the head of the Kamisato clan was worried that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator. So even on his deathbed, the master of the Kamisato clan cautioned my great-grandfather to never speak of what happened. Because the perpetrator said he would destroy the Raiden Gokaden. My great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still return for vengeance. So, to protect his loved ones, he closed the family business. He said, as the leader of the Kaedehara clan, I am deeply ashamed to witness the decline of the Ishin art. But as a father, it is my priority to ensure the safety of my children and grandchildren. Yes, that's right. If my grandpa had somehow discovered the secret behind the tampered diagram all those years ago, perhaps my great-grandfather would have told him the truth. Unfortunately, he failed to catch any of the hints in my great-grandfather's words. Miss Kamisato, it appears you were unaware of the happenings that my great-grandfather described here. What are your thoughts?
I suppose the reason the head of the Kamisato house never spoke of this to the family was due to similar safety concerns. If the perpetrator was capable of tampering with even the Shogun's diagrams, and could single-handedly defeat many men, then he is not an ordinary enemy.
Scaramouche.
Discuss this matter with brother shortly, and investigate the identity behind the one called Kunikuzushi. Rest assured, we will act cautiously.
Undead.
To be honest, as I read the letter, I felt much turbulence in my heart. But now I've managed to calm myself. My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendants to blindly seek revenge and be deceived by things of the past. Though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words, I feel like they are still valid nonetheless. I think what's most important for each person is not the past, but the present. Even though we must carry the burdens from the past, there are also things we wish to strive for. Therefore, knowing the truth behind what happened is enough for me. I will live on just as my great-grandfather had hoped.
Undead.
That being said, if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, then I definitely won't turn a blind eye. These are simply insights I've gathered from all that I've experienced. Thank you all for accompanying me in my search for the truth behind that incident.
Great! Now that we're done here, let's head back to Rito.
Where's Scaramouche? Ow.
Today is the final stage of the Iridori Festival. Not only will there be Shincho's signing event, but Albedo's painting of Kuranushi will also be unveiled.
Hello, traveler. Paimon?
Albedo, why is the portrait of Kuranushi all covered up? Paimon wants to see what your Kuranushi portrait looks like.
Don't worry. The unveiling ceremony will be starting shortly. You'll see what it looks like then. I will say that I'm most satisfied with this particular work. I made a special trip to see someone in order to complete it. They gave me some very valuable suggestions. Is that so? Anyway, there is still time before the ceremony. You may have a look around the venue first. You should have a look around the venue.
It says, look for your friends. Look for my friends? Oh.
Well, hello everyone.
Hey! What are you two doing together? Don't think we didn't see you two chatting up a storm just now. The moment we came over, you stopped talking.
Is that so? I'm afraid you're just overthinking things.
We were merely discussing wine and food. I'm sure you two wouldn't be interested.
Speaking of good sides with sake, I personally prefer fried tofu.
Forget it. Even if those two are plotting something, they'd still never let us know.
They were talking about the Archon shit. Okay. Kazuha. You okay, buddy?
Kazuha, what are you doing here? Why aren't you at the festival?
Just got
I
buddy
came
look.
here to take in the sea breeze. Such a bustling atmosphere is never really to my liking. I knew you were still worried about me. Thank you, but please, don't worry. The things I said in front of everyone weren't just pretty-sounding excuses. Look, see this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could sit here all day without seeing a single ship pass through. Instead, all you would see were soldiers from the Kanjo Commission, guarding against possible intruders. But now, it's become a bustling place. Not only are foreigners coming to Inazuma again, but traffic between here and Watatsumi Island has also been picking up.
Yeah, Inazuma's already started to change, huh?
I was thinking, in some ways, each and every one of us are similar to this country. It might take a different amount of time for different people, but there will inevitably come a day when each person can let go of their burdens. And when they finally let go, they are free to follow the wind as they please.
Kazuha is such a sweet boy.
Don't worry about me. You should go enjoy the festival.
I love you, bro. You're my third favorite. I mean fourth? Not a substitute favorite, yeah. Cause my third is Koikumi.
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see you.
It just did today's sign go as planned.
Indeed it did. Thanks to you, the signing event went off without a hitch. And I must say, the readers seem most satisfied.
Good, good, good.
Shito, is it just Paimon, or are you on the lookout for something?
You aren't mistaken, though I'm ashamed to admit it. But in fact, I have been on the watch for tourists from Liyue. After all, I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential investment. If an acquaintance were to see me sitting here, then there would be no way to hide the truth from my father. Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came flocking over have kept the usual tourists at bay. Oh, I should mention, Shu is also unaware of the real purpose of my trip. If you happen to meet him, please, remember to keep it a secret.
Oh, we got it covered.
Please accept my thanks in advance. I'm sorry that I can't chat long. There are still readers waiting in line. I'll see you later at the unveiling ceremony for Kuronushi's portrait.
Aww. Ayato! Ayato! Bro!
Ah, greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, Ayato! We finally get to see the busiest person of all.
Yes, there were many things which required my attention these past few days. Fortunately, the Iridori Festival is proceeding smoothly. The Tri-Commission cooperated closely to prepare this festival, so at long last, I can take a break today.
Brother and I are very grateful for your help.
Toma sure is taking his sweet time.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his wallet at home, so he asked Toma to go back and fetch it for him.
Paimon didn't think Ayato could ever be forgetful like that.
Brother always works diligently, and it's rare for him to ever put his duties to the side and relax. So, Toma and I really cherish such moments when he's forgetful.
It's time for the portrait's unveiling ceremony. Let's head over to the 5 Kasen Plaza.
Law.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Irodori Festival.
Magnificent. Okay.
Today, we have ushered in the final stage of our festival. And now we will reveal the final portrait of the 5 Kasen.
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like.
Let's all count down together.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Huh? What's this? This piece depicts nothing but a background. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character. Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding the creative process behind this piece.
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to say that it was an honor to be invited to create the portraits of the 5 Kasen. The 5 Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the 5 Kasen. Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the 5. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all, the Irodori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative works.
Yep, that's Albedo for ya. His super logical explanation is sure to win everyone's approval. Well, it seems that our adventures at the Irodori Festival have come to a close.
Are you getting something, Paimon?
What are you talking about? Oh, right! We still haven't figured out who left those stories of the 5 Kasen for us to find. Really? Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon! Well, that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper to the right person every time. Right. Even though they were using stories to hint us towards Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaidahara clan. Paimon gets it now. Well, at least Paimon thinks she knows. Let's go! We'll get to the bottom of this.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Bruh. Oh my god. Is it you?
Ayato! You're the one, but don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your friends on a wild hunt like that?
ตกใจหูแตกทำไมอะ
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here today is to explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Paimon wants to see how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Shincho and the editor carrying the books away one night. She thought it was interesting, so she asked me to tease them a bit.
Bruh.
So it was Miko after all! Paimon knew it! This thing had Miko written all over it!
That's right. But using the story of the 5 Kasen to guide you to the Kaidahara family's secrets was my personal touch. As for my roundabout approach, well, that was something which I had no choice but to do. Yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori, as well as the blank papers hidden inside. I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers, but it took me some time to figure out the secret behind the ink. The kind that would only appear when exposed to water.
Aww.
What Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for both the Kamisato clan and the descendants of the Kaedehara clan, especially Kazuha. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. So now, this obligation fell on my shoulders. Although he has the right to know the truth, closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger. Of course, I could outright tell him the truth that I had discovered, but maybe he doesn't have the will that's required. In that case, the truth would only become a burden to him. If he lacks the ability, then he wouldn't be able to find the truth in the first place. In which case, it would be better to keep him away from danger altogether. Kaedehara Yoshinori left his message in a roundabout way precisely for this reason. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter, right up until the night when a legend of sword was smuggled away.
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
ไม่เป็นไรค่ะคุณสบายใจ
It wasn't only Kazuha. You brought all of the rest of us into this plan of yours.
I'm back. Hi, Leo.
I figured you would ask this question eventually. I merely saw that this matter would be of value to you. And more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side. Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble. Because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future. You already know the answer deep down inside, don't you? The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuranushi. When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before.
Okay. It's definitely Scaramouche, bro. Was he a harbinger all those times?
It's getting pretty late, so nobody else is around now. So Ayato must have been telling us to splash water on the portrait, right? It's the Balladeer! So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before. Also, there's one last thing that we must discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants. I wish to tell you of that incident now. It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened at the Tenryou Commission. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. But nothing was stolen. I felt something unusual about that incident. So I told Kujo-Sara of the Tenryou Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase the guard or relocate the warehouse contents. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure enough, someone was sneaking in and rummaging through the belongings of the Kaedehara clan.
You mean, he was also looking for...
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found nothing. Soon after, he had to leave Inazuma by boat.
Why didn't you send someone to catch him?
The best way to protect a secret is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? Besides, the identity of this person is not hard to guess. After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaedehara clan's belongings one by one, and eventually discovered the papers in the hidden compartment of the flower pot. I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find, though he couldn't confirm whether the secret existed at all. So, now on to my final question. Which part of Kaedehara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected? I don't have an answer to this question at present, so I'll leave it to your future self. As for now, please, enjoy yourselves at the Iridori Festival.
We're learning so much about Scaramouche. Please, child, don't die. Man.
The 5 Kasen Plaza is significantly less crowded now, but it's still too early to relax. This is a serious matter, and we must remain vigilant. Is that—
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my. Hey, Sakara.
It's you. Do you have something to report?
No.
It's fine, as long as it's been taken care of. This is my duty. I don't see it as an inconvenience. The Tenryo Commission has a responsibility to ensure public order and security during the Irodori Festival.
เควสเหลือเพียบเลย
Anything comes up, come to me.
Oh, you look really busy. Has something serious happened?
Nothing serious, really. We've just received a lot of reports in the past few days over things like line cutting, reselling goods at inflated prices, even troublemakers hogging the photo board. All minor incidents, but it all adds up to create a lot of work for a lot of people. Still, I take the fact that so many people are turning to us for assistance as a sign that the Tenryo Commission is gradually regaining the people's trust. Shogun gave us orders to provide security at the Irodori Festival. This is a rare chance to change people's perception of the Tenryo Commission, so we cannot afford to slip up.
Well, no matter how busy you are, at least you still found some time to come here and buy an almighty Shogun figurine, right?
What do you mean, figurine? I'm just patrolling these parts. In fact, I was just about to leave.
Aww.
No need to be shy. Actually, Miko told us that you got up super early this one time to make sure you could be the first in line to buy one of these figurines.
That Lady Gucci, how could she disclose? Never mind.
We know you like her.
To be clear, I have no intention to hide that which I do out of reverence alone. But there is one thing you must be corrected on.
Oh? What is it?
That is not a figurine. It's a statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Agosho, God of Thunder. Do I make myself clear?
Almighty Narukami got it.
This particular statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Agosho, God of Thunder, is a brand new addition. There will only be 300 available in this batch, and there is a limit of 1 per customer.
Okay.
Many people have been lining up since well before dawn to acquire one. I'm afraid if you're only showing up now, you're probably too late.
Oh, really? So you definitely must have gotten here pretty early too then. Did you manage to get one yet?
Normally, of course, I would come to purchase one myself. But on this occasion, my duties at the Irodori Festival had to take priority. We are required to report for duty long before the shops open. It is regrettable, but I had no choice but to forego the chance this time.
Aw, what a shame.
So instead, I had someone purchase one on my behalf.
Oh, right! Wait, you can do that? Didn't you say they're limited to 1 per customer? This figurine is super popular. It must be pretty tough to find someone happy to buy one for you and not for themselves.
I anticipated the same at first, but Lady Guji Yae found a professional to assist me, saying she appreciated our tireless efforts during the festival period. I don't know who the professional is. I assume it would be either someone from the Grand Narukami Shrine or from the Yashiro Commission, but I did not ask. Given the time, I believe they should have completed the purchase by now. I am fortunate to have had Lady Guji's help this time. I likely would have struggled to find a candidate on my own. As well as being willing, they would need to be an early riser, and also tall enough to beat the crowds to the top shelf items.
Early riser and tall.
Ayato?
Hmm? What was that sound? Really? Well, never mind. I've been here long enough. It's time for me to head to my next patrol zone. Stay safe during...
Uh-oh, you found me.
Sayu?
Sayu, what are you doing here? Oh, wait! Are you the professional? Shh, quiet. She might still be in earshot. No way. I've been here since last night so I could buy a figurine. But after waiting and waiting, my eyes... I only meant to take a short nap. A really quick one. Oh, if I don't buy one of these figurines, the 10-year commission Tengu will lock me up for life. Sheesh. Goodness knows what Miko told you. I guess my only hope now is to sacrifice my salary for this month and buy one off of someone who got here in time. Really? Great! Then, here's my salary. Please don't spend it all.
Whoa! Sayu's salary, bruh!
After coming all this way to Inazuma, and especially getting up early, I still walk away empty-handed. The first batch was smaller than I expected. And who knows when the next batch will come out? Well, since I'm here now, I guess I should buy some other souvenir instead.
Huh, you didn't manage to get one either? That's strange. When I came to line up this morning, I checked with my friend who'd already bought one. She'd been lining up since before sunrise, and she was around the 100th in line. I was only 150 places behind her, so surely I should have gotten one. Something's wrong.
Why so glum? Didn't manage to get your hands on a statue? Sell it? Huh. I ain't selling. Not after all the effort I put in to get a hold of it.
Don't
Believe it. I am definitely done for this time. A whole load of people are saying they didn't manage to get one. Did the shopkeepers get the count wrong or something? Might as well. I guess there's nothing to lose.
Sayu เงินเดือน 200,000 อะ bruh.
Terribly sorry. I was otherwise occupied this morning and had someone else watch the shop. So I don't know all the details, but according to our records, we did sell the full 300.
Hey, what about those ones at the back? Aren't they for sale?
I'm sorry, those are display only. Please don't be too disappointed. We're only selling a limited number of these statues at the festival, and this was only the first batch. Please rest assured, you will...
But when will the next batch... Also, this poor guy came all the way from Mondstadt. He got here earlier than me and was at least 50 places ahead of me. Even he didn't get one. How do you explain these numbers?
Look, I don't know a whole lot about Inazuman festivals, but they do seem to have sold out pretty quickly.
I'm terribly sorry, but...
Why don't we get the
10-year commission?
Sorry, who are you?
Oh, are you saying this falls under the Yashiro Commission's jurisdiction?
Yeah, it does. We will follow up on this matter. So there... that's weird. How come Sayu's so motivated to work all of a sudden? Shh. If the 10-year commission finds out about this, Kujo Sarah will come ask me about it. And then she'll find out that I didn't buy her figurine. And... Anyway, we can't get the 10-year commission.
Huh. Well, since someone's already on the case, I suppose I'll just wait for the findings.
Thank you both for...
I'll skip this, bruh.
You mean me? Sorry. Did I hear anything?
I'll take...
Thank you for your patronage. Please...
Thank you. Patronage. Oh yeah. Huh? How many times? 300? That's not how you count it! 16 snores should be about 1 minute. And if we add on the time for moving the boxes and stocking the shelves...
Right in trim from Mondstadt.
Right. Sales only started about 4 hours ago, so there's definitely a problem with the amount. Which means, even though I only woke up just now, I still have a chance of getting my hands on one. Maybe. Well, anyway, maybe I failed my mission because a bad guy did something tricky. Not because... So then, who's the bad guy? Well, the shop was pretty strict with this promotion. Not only was there a 1 per customer limit, they even checked people's identity. So there's no way anyone could have bought more than one. And with SARS people patrolling the area, no one could have cut the line, right? If someone was up to no good, they'd definitely try to find a way to sell the figurines at a higher price. Let's go ask the guy who says he had to put in a lot of effort to get a hold of one. Maybe...
Huh? You want to know how I got my hands on the statue?
Huh? Why? It's not like we're trying to buy yours off you.
It's a no, okay? No more questions.
Huh? How come?
How did you know?
Huh? Oh, right. Yeah, we are
Okay, fine. Since you guessed it anyway. But let me be clear. Don't spread this around. I came here bright and early to line up, but the first batch of statues sold out almost immediately. I wasn't very happy about that. So, I went around to the back door of a Pegasus to see if I could find a shop assistant to ask about when the next batch would be coming out. To my surprise, I saw him moving boxes and boxes worth of statues out of the store. Needless to say, I was all ready to march up and demand to know what was going on. But, well, yes. But I paid the shop assistant full price for it, so it was still a legitimate transaction.
It's not for you to decide whether it was a legitimate transaction or not.
Huh? It's...
The Tenryo Commission has received reports that someone has been hoarding goods to resell at extortionate prices. Now, these are not classed as strategic materials, so some amount of price fluctuation is expected in the market. However, it is against the law for a staff member to abuse their position to forge sales records and misappropriate goods. We have already investigated the situation at a Peikusu. The sales records are correct, but in the cash box, there are 2 bags in which most of the cash has been replaced with stones.
But how can this be?
Please hand over your statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder, as evidence. We will compensate you for your loss once we catch the individual responsible.
Fine. So this guy was cooking the books. Never...
You guys figured this out pretty quickly.
In fact, we were only just tipped off. We're still working on the logistics of the arrest.
Thanks. I've been spotted.
Oh, you must be the professional Lady Guji hired. I was just wondering why I hadn't seen you yet.
We were investigating the missing figurines. Oh, I mean...
Is that so? Then thank you. The Tenryo Commission will take over from here. Rest assured, we will... Really? Thank you. So, where is the statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami...
Oh! Yeah! Sayu spent the whole night investigating the staff. So, by the time she got back... Yeah, right. I definitely would have made it back in time to buy one, if only it hadn't been for someone stealing the statues.
I see. So in the end... Don't blame yourself. The criminal is the one responsible here. According to the intelligence, the suspect has already started reselling the statues near the festival venue. If we confront him head-on, he's likely to destroy the evidence and dash. Instead, we will seek to quietly surround him. Since you've spent the whole night thoroughly investigating, would you be willing to help?
What?
Sai, you'll be like, oh no, bruh, help me.
Who introduced you? I'm trying to keep a low profile here, so I'm afraid I don't take any new business except for referrals by existing customers. That guy. Fine. He did technically buy from me, I suppose. But let me be clear. This product is highly sought after right now. I can't sell to you at the same price he paid.
The price has gone up again? But it's only been a few hours!
Well, you can take it or leave it. Believe me, there's plenty more room for upwards mobility on the price. It just so happens to be in my interest to get these off my hands sooner rather than later. Besides, good luck trying to find anyone else out there selling.
We gotta keep negotiating as long as we can.
I don't have time for this. Just name your price.
I said,
Hey, at that price, why don't you just ask me to give it to you for free? Fine. I swear, if I wasn't in a rush to get rid of him... Ugh.
Hold on! Paimon thinks there's still some room for negotiation.
What's to negotiate? Do you want it or not? You think this is a game or something? If you're not serious about buying, quit wasting my time. I should be moving on to my next location by now. Not stuck here arguing with you.
The next location you move to will be the police station. You are under arrest for abusing your position for personal gain and falsifying accounts. Do not
get him, Zara.
The evidence is indisputable.
The Tenryo Commission? When did you... Wait, all that negotiating.
Stick 'em up!
Thank you for your help. The culprit has revealed the location where he stashed the statues.
Great! So once Epekusu has... This time, I must complete...
I'm afraid it's not that simple. The stolen goods will have to be kept as evidence at the police station for some time. They will not be available.
Paimon can't believe it!
I would be grateful if you could inform the shopkeeper about this.
bruh.
Although Sora didn't say anything, she seemed a little disappointed, don't you think? Is there really nothing we can do?
I see. Thank you. We'll make a compensation plan and announce it as soon as possible. Wait, hold on. Although this statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder, was only intended as a display item, now that I think about it, why don't you have it? As a gesture of my gratitude. After all, it was our negligence that caused trouble for you all on this occasion. This is just a small gift, a mere token, but I...
Really? Sounds good. As long as we give this to Sarah, my mission will... Uh-oh. Please, take this figure. Sayu, signing out.
You have said I am back twice, bro. Oh my god, Sayu. Let's be real. Quest is very long. So it's so cute. Yeah, she is.
Sarah, look what we brought you.
Oh. Is this?
We just grabbed it and came straight here. But now that Paimon takes a closer look at it, it's really well made.
Of course. This is a prototype designed by Yae Publishing House's top artist and crafted by the most
So they came back to a time.
lacquerware
I see.
master. Otherwise, how could one hope to capture even 1,000th of the almighty Shogun's majesty? let alone maintain it. To do that, you must buy a special kind of shrine and worship it properly. It's also essential to clean it often to avoid a buildup of dust. And it's best practice to hire a craftsman to perform regular maintenance.
Sarah!
What's wrong? These are the 5 principles for maintenance of the statue of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Agosho, God of Thunder. And I haven't even finished explaining the first one.
I never knew there was such a fuss over these tiny figurines. I'm surprised Miko never mentioned it to me.
Your Excellency, this is most unexpected.
I had some spare time, so I decided to come out for a stroll. Oh, did you buy this figurine yourself?
It was her.
Hey, what?
Yeah, it was me.
I didn't know you liked little trinkets like these.
Your Excellency, I've yet to finish the defense arrangements for the Iridori Festival. Please excuse me.
Very well. Thank you.
Watching Sarah leave, she looked kinda sad.
I have another such figurine in Tenshukaku, a sample sent by Yae Publishing House. I don't need it, so I think I'll gift it to you. I shall not go back on my word. I have committed to giving it to you. What you choose to do with it is your business. You're quite free to give it to somebody else, if you wish. Or to save you the trouble, I can have someone from Tenshukaku deliver it directly. But of course...
Why does all this have to be...
Good. I'll have someone attend to this shortly. Oh, and I wish you a pleasant and enjoyable Irodori Festival.
I was watching your laughing stream, bro. I see. So I got another figure. I'm so tired, man. Okay, it's 2 hours. I'm so tired. I think, Leo. I'm gonna end the stream here because I'm very tired. So we'll zoom in on Raiden's face and we'll end the stream here. I'm very tired, so I'll go and rest. I should actually been resting since I've been not very well. So thanks guys for turning up today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? เราจะปิดสตรีมแล้วนะครับทุกคนเดี๋ยวเจอกันพรุ่งนี้นะ